little potter, a little trotter, kind of around the globe. Great rising, come on in here. Come on in here. The cross is on me, boss is only. Even when it come down to my women. Come on in here, come on in here. Come on in here. Peace and light, peace and light. You are watching Magic Up TV. I am your host, 70 Alchemist. Here's where we talk about love, we talk about law, we talk about light, we talk about all things you understand. Here's where we say life is easy. We make it hard. Great rising. It's December 1st. It's my birthday month, man. My birthday's tomorrow. My Earth return. Some of y'all don't even celebrate your birthdays. That's a topic for a whole nother discussion. But as for me, man, come on. It's the day I slid onto the planet again. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we gonna get it in today, y'all. Today's conversation comes from a conversation that I was having with a queen the other day. I was having a conversation with this sister, an amazingly gorgeous woman. She's amazingly gorgeous, right? And we're talking. Come on in, come on in. Y'all know what to do when you get here. Hit the love button, hit the share button. Let somebody know that the Alchemist is in the motherfucking building. Come on, let's go, let's go. Throw your miles up, whatever you got, let's go. Come on. This one is going to be very interesting today, y'all. It's going to be very interesting. Today's topic is not only about the mindset, it's about the actuality of where we are. All right, so let me go back. So I'm having a conversation with this sister, and you know, I had complimented her on her beauty, right? Peace, Vidal. Peace, King. I see you. Peace, King. Kendrick, I see you. King's in the building. So I'm talking to this woman, and she's talking about how a time prior she had been overweight, and you know, she was talking about how she really didn't get the attention that she receives now, you know, specifically from men. And she was talking about how, you know, taking compliments at this point in her life is kind of awkward because she remembers what it was like when she was overweight. And I hear this a lot. I hear this a lot. Now, though there are exceptions to the rule, majority of the time when I'm doing a session for someone who is, you know, overweight, specifically a woman, it's some things that we have to work through, right? It's some things that we go through, some things that we talk about. And over the years of it, and after watching certain, you know, after observing, there are some things that they experience different. And it affects them. It affects them, right? Like, who wants to be passed over? Who wants to be overlooked? Who wants to be, you know, these women, they get into relationships and their men talk down to them. They're oppressive and abusive. They take on so much shit. And these are the things that we have to work through in some of these sessions, right? And I was expressing to this woman, I was expressing to her, you know, what's extremely interesting about that, because, and I'm going to talk about the women first, and then I'll get to the men. I said to her, I said, you know, women want to be appreciated for their talents. They want to be appreciated for their mindset. They want to be appreciated for what they bring to the table. And I do air quotes, but I'll explain why. They want to be appreciated for all the things that you cannot see. You understand? And upon meeting people, all they know is what they see. And men being physical creatures, we lead off with what we see and how we could feel it first. So yes, it is a thing that happens. There was a time when, the more curvaceous woman was, sought after. She was the most sought after. And there was a reason for that. There was a time when, and I'll kind of get into that later. Let's move on to the man. I'll come back to the women. Let's move on to the man. Because I said to her, I said, what's extremely interesting about that? Broke men go through the same shit. Oh boy. Broke men go through the same shit. When I do consultations with men, from my own personal perspective, I have been on various sides of this equation. There's been a time when I was making $400,000 a year off of graphics. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't too much that I didn't want to do that I wasn't doing. And the women come. And then I was broke just last year. I was broke just last year. And it's amazing because I started off in a relationship that I had started when I had a little bit of money. And boy, how I was treated after that money was no longer there. Broke men are spoken to like they're garbage. Like they're just the option. Like they're the house nigga. You know what I'm saying? They're overlooked as well. And they want to be honored the same way these women want to be honored. They want to be honored for their mindset and their ideals and their goals and the things that they're doing in life that's causing them not to be making so much money right now. Their faith and their spirit and all these things. And I've got a message. I've got a message this morning to both of these people. If you're happy there, that's a difference. Wherever you are in life, if you're happy there, that's a difference. But if you're not, what I want to communicate this morning is that we are living inside of a simulation. This is a game, folks. And if you want to win this game, you got to play it. Just last year, we could talk about the physical. As a man, just last year, I had a little belly on me. You know what I'm saying? My arms didn't have definition as it does. I walk out the house, whatever. I go jogging now, and it's a difference. Horns honking, women hanging out the window at a fast food restaurant, drive-thrus. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. I didn't have that last year. When I'm going out and I'm sitting at the bar and a beautiful woman is sitting next to me and we're now having conversation and I tell the bartender, hey, send her a drink. Oh, now, okay, all right, what's going on? I look nice, whatever the case. Last year, that wasn't the case. Every outfit that I had last year was a sweatsuit. We are responsible. We are responsible for what it is that we desire and how we go about getting it. If you're not happy in the current state that you're in, whether it be financial, whether it be fitness, it is your responsibility. King, listen, I hear way too many men in the barbershop. I hear way too many men complaining about the fact that the women don't want them because they don't have this and they don't have that and they don't have this and they don't have that and they don't have this, and what happened to women who wanted you for this and wanted you for that? They gone, bruh. Why can't you understand that? That woman, she's prehistoric. She no longer exists. There might be a few exceptions, and that's not to say that great women are not upon us. But the desires are different. And we can sit around and complain about it all day. We can sit around and be like, man, what about me? I'm a businessman. I spend all my money in my business. So what, I don't have a house and I live with my mama? Why can't I get love too? Because no grown woman wants to come and hang out with your ass and your mama there. Ladies, I don't understand why he don't want me. So what, I'm 250 pounds. I don't understand why he don't want me. Because he going out and he's seeing other things that looks more attractive to him. You can't be mad at what people want. You can't be mad at what they want. And if you want to be inside of that circle of desire, then it is your responsibility to magic the fuck up. I say that wholeheartedly from a place of love. Wholeheartedly. I know what it takes to do the work. I looked in the mirror and I was like, oh, hell nah, bro. When did this happen? I started with 10 push-ups. I couldn't do more than 10 at the time. What happened to us being able to do 50 and 100 at a time, bro? What happened? Well, I had arthritis in my shoulder, so I was told. Stopped me from going to the gym. Then I got discouraged. So then I stopped working out completely. Then I stopped doing all kind of physical activity. Then I started looking like a wet noodle with a belly. Self-love, when I talk to people about these things, when I talk to men about money, and I talk to women about image, these are things that we hold dear to ourselves. We can have debates about it all day long. But it does something to the core of us. When you're fit, or when you're healthy, when you're thriving for yourself, that level of confidence that comes up, that's what's attractive. It's not the fact that you look like a supermodel, because, how many of us do? But it's the fact that you started eating right. And in eating right, what we digest, then the body starts to use it different. Our minds start to change. Our ideas start to shift and start to change. Our bodies start to shift and start to change. The oxygen in the blood, the way that our stools come out, everything starts to shift. When you go to the more posh areas of town, you don't see fast food restaurants. You don't see all of that shit over there. But when you go to the more poverty-stricken areas, they're force-feeding us this shit. And then they put all sorts of ideas in our head like we shouldn't desire these things. And one of the best things that I think the Obamas could have done, Michelle Obama, was bring back fitness. Bring back fitness. Wherever you are in that, it provides an endorphin, this chemistry that's released. And it attracts. It does things for us. Now, for men, all you men out here who are complaining about women who want nice things and you don't understand why, blah, blah, blah. Listen, man. It is time. Look at what's happening right now. And for you sisters who are out there who are struggling financially, look at what's happening right now. This year alone, they made you stay home. They made you stay home. They shut doors down. I've been telling people for almost 30 years the importance of having a small business. Men, it is time for you to put your work, it's time to put your hands to work. It is time to put your minds to work. That job that you go into has no allegiance to you. And if you don't have a job, why would you think any woman would want you? If you're not able to produce income, why do you think a woman would want you? The base of our core is centered around mating. Majority of the things that we do, regardless of whether we realize it or not, it's centered around mating. And women are attracted to security. That don't mean you got to be the richest guy on the block. That means that you know how to make a dollar with or without this business. Or your skill set is so talented that if this job was to fire you today, you can go out and get another one tomorrow. This is important. Why? Because that woman is the caretaker of the legacy. No matter what she's doing in life, she could be a CEO. But the moment she becomes a mom, her ideas change. It is no longer just about her job. It is no longer just about your job. It's about the legacy. It's about what's going to happen to these children that I've co-created with you, or that I had before you came into the picture. What's going to happen to my offspring? And a particular person of posture is already used to a particular lifestyle. They're already used to doing things a certain way. They don't want to come into your life and now have to sacrifice the shit they like. Now that's different from somebody who's getting tricked off on. That's a little different. Sisters, the same thing. That man, in his mind, he has ideas. He knows what he likes. He's fantasized about it for a while before you showed up. He's attracted to certain things. And we can't be mad at these things. We can't be mad at what people want. We have to decide upon ourselves, number one, who we are. What does the love for myself motivate me to do? That's a very important question. What does the love for myself motivate me to do? You understand? Last year, when I didn't have no money and I was surviving off of them small investors, there came to a point where the company was able to, kind of float on its own while looking for investors and things of that nature. My craftsmanship was done. My laboring in reference to that work was done. I was now freed from that labor in that particular regard. Now, what am I going to do? You don't think I got a little fearful in my head? Oh man, I've been away from my clients for a year. Who's good? It's all now. It's the game. You know how it is. You done been off the block for a month. Now somebody new is on the block. Somebody serving your people. After my people being served, what they gonna want to come back to me for? Because of your excellence. It doesn't matter how long it's been since you've been that thing. It doesn't matter how long it's been, moms, since you've been that bombshell. It doesn't matter how long it's been, dads, since you've been that baller. Or vice versa. It doesn't matter. Go get your nuts back. Go get your life back. Go get your shit back. Get it back. Go take from life what it is you want. It's not just going to come. You can't just sit there and wait for it. An amazing woman ain't just going to fall in your lap, King. You're going to have to do the work to attract her in. You're going to have to be the reflection. Queen, I see listen, I'm on these dating apps. I promise you. Listen, man. I'm on these dating apps. And I'm seeing these women. You understand? And this is not an attack on either one of y'all. It's not an attack on broke men. It's not an attack on big women. Not at all. But come on, ma. You all are out there. You swiping right to the man who's 6'1", abs. You know what I'm saying? He looked like he just stepped out of a comic book. Your profile, you got on house shoes, fucking college sweatshirt, a couple rolls. All your pictures is up from your shoulder. But this is the man that you're wanting for your life. And you're wanting this comic book hero, giving him who? Kings, you're wanting this bombshell of a woman. You're wanting this woman who's out there in the community. She's doing her thing. She's a business owner. She's gorgeous. She does her hair. She does her nails. She's got it going on. All these things. And you in the house on fucking PlayStation and shit talking about, well, I don't understand why I can't have a fucking great ass woman. You come off for 1 hour a day to teach people some shit you learned 2 years ago. You ain't expanded your mindset since. You still talking the same shit you was talking 2 years ago. You ain't shown no elevation of nothing. And all you got to talk about is why women don't want you, why women it is, why women is that, why blah, blah, blah. We have to take personal pride. We have to go get that pride back in self. Let these people know who the fuck you are. Shake up the world. We've been asleep too long. We've been in the house too long. Some of y'all went in the house in March looking like, you know what I'm saying? Looking like a comic book hero. You came out in November looking like something else. Because nobody could see you. See, there's another thing. Why are we doing these things? Is it just to be desired? Why are you trading your time at that job, King? Just for that bread? Just so you can push that whip? Just so you can get that woman? See, now we got to talk about mindset. See, we talk about the physical. We talk about the outward. But that outward is an expression of something. So, King, while you're out there desiring that woman who's got that body together, where's her mind? Where's her mind? It's a lot of gorgeous women out here that's dumb as fuck. I dated a woman recently, didn't even know who Hitler was. Grown-ass woman. I talked about the Holocaust. I'm like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Something. You know, because of Hitler, she had no idea who Hitler was. Some things that look good to us is not good for us. But we've heard that so much that we've now sacrificed what we desire for what we perceive to be good. And just as beauty, goodness also fades. Goodness is a perception. We got these women, you know what I'm saying? And I'm going to keep it on topic, fat girls and broke men. We got them wanting to be desired because of their goodness. But that goodness that you did, that goodness was for you. That goodness was for someone else. That's not what they're asking for. They're asking for someone who can match their energy. They're asking for someone who can match their lifestyle. They're asking for someone who can match their ideals. You don't go after someone, you don't decide to just be whatever and then desire someone who has ideals for their life, who has already a determination of what they want. And a lot of times what happens is that broke man will find a woman who has her ideals. She's already moving in life. She's making some bread, and he sees that as an opportunity to affix himself to that and then leech a little bit, hoping that some of that'll rub off on him, or that he ain't gonna have to do shit and she can take care of it. He's hoping that other things will occupy her interest. But when you're talking about, you're talking about you're talking about people who do the work versus people who don't. In these areas, I'm keeping it specifically on these areas. We can go off into the distance of other things, but we're talking these areas. If you're at home and you're on Pinterest, you're on Instagram, you know what I'm saying, and you're seeing these people and they live a particular lifestyle and you're attracted to that particular lifestyle, and you're asking yourself, how can I attract someone like this? You got to be seen. Either that or realize what it is that you may actually be. What you desire may not be what you are. Come on now. Come on now. I'm trying to tell you something. When I was younger, I wanted to grow up with rich. I wanted the rich boy. I wanted to play polo and croquet and all them things. You know what I'm saying? I thought as a young man, that's what I would have. And a lot of people anger themselves when they have not arrived at that place yet. They anger themselves. They beat themselves up. You don't have to beat yourself up. You can decide today to make a difference, to make a change. But in order to do that, take appreciation of what you have. So here's some things that I did. I wrote a list today. See, reflection is great in growth. Reflection is great in growth. I stood in the mirror this morning. I started the ritual yesterday. It's a ritual that's going to take a few days, right? And I took a picture of what I looked like 12 months ago. Okay? And I held it up in front of me. And I fucking flexed in the mirror. I flexed in the mirror. You know why? Because that guy 12 months ago realized that it was going to take 200 push-ups a day. It was going to take going to the gym at least 2 to 3 days a week. It was going to take running at least 2 to 3 days a week. It was going to take that to deliver and manifest where I am now. Now, for the future, I have my vision board. I've got my Pinterest account. I've got my Instagram. There are a few guys that I follow. You know what I'm saying? The real Tarzan, black dude, cut up body. So I hold my vision in front of me. But not on the days that I hold my accomplishments. On the days that I hold my accomplishments, my visions have no use. I am celebrating what I have accomplished. Maybe the reason why my body didn't look the way that it did, because I felt the way that I did about myself. I was eating frozen food out of a microwave for months. I didn't have no nutrition. Then I took a snapshot of my accounts. I got, what do you call it? PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, traditional bank account, 2 of them. I got 7 cards total. 12 months ago, I didn't even have $20. I have money on each one of these cards. Doesn't matter how much. I held those cards up. I had been fighting for my driver's license for years. Held my license up. But you know how all of that was possible? I'm in my apartment. You know how all of that was possible? I had a notebook. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Cause see, when we talk about resolve, when we talk about, you understand, magic, when we talk about certain things, you know, people can tell it to you all day, right? I had a notebook. I had this notebook for a year. Okay, it was much thicker a few days ago. I said, Seven, let's go through this notebook. This was a part of my ritual. And let's fold each page that we've accomplished. Now, in this notebook was business notes for branding, notes on magic and clients, client receivable notes, things to do, personal things to do notes. You understand? I folded them in half and tore them out. Change comes from action. I had to first have the thought process to write it down. We got to do this in the morning. We need to call this client. We need to collect on that. We need to do this. We need to write a code. We need to do that. We need to do this. Call this person, blah, blah, blah. It came from the thought first. Then wisdom applied turned into results. This is why I say life is easy. We make it hard, y'all. So I stood in front of the mirror. I had a magic wand made this year. I manufactured 2 pair of new shoes. I released articles of clothing and merchandise. Sometimes you have to remind yourself. And these actions, I just sold a pair of shoes yesterday. These actions bring forth financial resolve, physical resolve, spiritual resolve, relationship resolve. I was saying to myself just a few months ago, I need new friends. So I started going to this bar that's downstairs, this little lounge. Just 2 days ago, a new buddy that I had been chumming up with at the bar says to me 2 days ago, Seven, I'm going to take you out Tuesday for your birthday. Take me to one of your spots. He's a white dude, right? Shout out to Alan. The spot that we normally drink at is normally a little very, very chilled and you know, it's a nice atmosphere. Where we're going tonight is going to be a little turn up for him. I am about to introduce him to some things that he may have already experienced before, but if he hasn't, he will enjoy himself this evening. You understand? Doing things different. This man has a very successful business. I wanted to surround myself around more extremely successful businessmen. Not just businessmen who make a little bit of bread. Not just some businessmen who make... I wanted to surround myself around extremely successful businessmen and women. My goal, I've accomplished so many of my goals this year. My goal for 44, my 44th birthday, I should either own or be purchasing my Lamborghini Aventador. That is my it's always my 44th birthday goal has been to buy either a Ferrari Enzo or a Lamborghini Aventador. We must, in our minds, know, number one, that it's possible. I want my body to be chiseled. Shout out to Vidal. I want my body to be chiseled. So I've decided to turn up my regimen even more. We can't be mad at what we don't have, people. That does nothing for the manifestation of whatever it is that you're desiring. You can sit at home and be bad. You ever notice it's the angry people who don't want it no more? You broke now, a Mercedes ain't shit. Now, you broke and can't afford one. So now when she's talking about wanting a Mercedes, now when she's talking about wanting this 3-story, 4-acre farmhouse, you shooting it down. All you think about is money. All you want is money. Yeah, bruh. So figure that shit out. And have her help you. I'm sure she's been waiting to do so, if she isn't already taking the lead for that broke man. For that fat woman, he wants to be able to go work out with you. If you chose that chiseled guy, if you chose that athlete, he don't want to keep leaving you in the house. He don't want to keep leaving. He wants to run and have a conversation. He wants to do some things. He wants to have sex 4 and 5 and 6 times a day, and you can't keep up. You'd be surprised how you would even turn yourself on when you start seeing those results. You'd be surprised the woman you forgot when you start shedding that weight, when you start carving that body. You'd be surprised. Do these things for self first. We can't be mad at the game, y'all. We cannot be mad at the game. And I hear so many people wanting us to be okay with the bullshit. This message is in contrary to all of that other shit. You know what I'm saying? We're glorifying minimalism. We're glorifying obesity. We're glorifying bullshit. For what? For people to feel good about where they are in life. I was broke. I didn't feel good about that shit. I didn't want nobody to make me feel good about that shit. No. 7, it's okay. Better days are coming. Fuck that. Bring the dimes. Hey, come on. Where my team at? Where my team? Where my magic carpet? Where my tally? Where my malas? Where my candles? I was doing it all. Y'all don't understand. I was in here getting that work. And you can do all that magic. You can light all them candles. You can wear all that jewelry. You can quote all them scriptures. But if you don't do it, if you don't do the work, it won't get done. This is my message to you all. Last year on my birthday, man, it was a sad, I was sad. Last year on my birthday, y'all, I was sad. I woke up. I did my best. And I realized that I hadn't. Dude, you didn't do your best. You didn't do your best. You worked hard. We'll give you that. You worked hard. But you did not do your best. And it's time to look in the mirror and say it to ourselves. Stop the bullshit. Let's get to the best. So what? You're doing well. You got comfortable doing well. You're not doing the best you could be doing. You could do better. So my birthday wish. Because I got damn near everything I wanted. Everything I asked from the universe. I experienced love. You understand? I experienced passion this year. Some pure, raw passion. I had that this year. Made new friends. Powered up on the magic. Got my son, man. Y'all, I wasn't able to get my son for years by myself. Y'all know that. But it came from doing the work. So that's my message to y'all. Life is easy. We make it hard. We can complain all day, or we can get out there and do the work. You know what I'm saying? The other thing to that before I go is perception. That's why I have this song playing. Perception. When I wrote this song, I was preparing my mind to be in a penthouse apartment. But in the song, which I wrote not being in this position, I talk about being in a condo in the city, on the top floor with floor-to-ceiling windows. Look, man, damn near what it is. We got to speak life into ourselves. My cash ain't got no limit. I'm speaking that into existence. We got to speak the desires of our hearts into existence, no matter what it is. No matter what it is, people might not understand it. I must be doing well. Because I just moved into a condo in the city. I wrote these songs to inspire myself into greatness. At the time that I wrote this record, I was sitting on a wooden bench for 18 to 22 hours a day, working on a business that on paper is forecast to make $17 billion. Self-manifestation. If I can't dream it, if I can't see it, if I can't imagine it in my life, then how will it ever be there? Huh? How? That's why I say life is easy. Cause I just moved into a condo in the city. I must be doing well. And if I'm not, I know that day is coming much sooner than I could ever imagine. Because once we start moving on that mindset, we start manifesting reality. And it comes in small pieces. You want more wealth? Start doing things to bring in just small amounts of money. That small amount of money starts to add up. You want a newer body? Start doing the things, the small things. They start to take a toll and the shit starts to happen. Shit starts to take place. I love y'all. Peace to the kings. Peace to the queens. Peace to the children of the planet. As above, so below. May all things be balanced in well alignment. Dua, dua. As I send it back to you. Peace to man, woman, and child, and all things to walk the earth. Master your domain. You need some help with mastery? Hit me. You got business ideas and you're trying to get it to fruition? Hit me. I've branded over 20 brands this year alone. I've helped 20 people. More than 20 people this year. We only got 12 months in the year. I've helped more than 20 people either start a brand or expand their brand this year. I've built more than 15 websites. I've created more than 16 rituals. I have helped people this year, y'all. I'm not saying that to impress you, but to impress upon you that it is time to get the work. I'm about getting the work. Let's do the work. I love y'all. You've been watching Magic Up TV. I am 70 Alchemist. Share the video, man. Tomorrow's my birthday. Love y'all.